Hello, willkommen to a very rare live stream. We don't tend to do many live streams. I'd like to say good evening. In German, is that Guten Abend? I'm not too sure. My A-level German always fails me. But hello, welcome to a video we're going to make on the current 24-25 Bundesliga kits. Now, as usual, if you can hear grunting, it's not my girlfriend. She's not even here. She's at Butlins at Minehead. She's probably drinking a few of these. I'm with my dogs. So if you do hear some growling, that is what it is. Ladies and gents, say hello in the comments. Also play along with what we've got planned because we're going to look at all 18 clubs in the Bundesliga. Remember, there's 18, not 20, like in the Premier League. And we've got some news at the end of the stream. I'm going to save this up as a video strictly on kits. But if you want to hang about to the end, we'll have a little chit chat. Because I did put up a poll earlier on asking what you prefer. Ladies and gents, hello. We've got Pepsi. We've got Meps in the house as well. So that's something we're going to get on to later on as well. We're going to be doing a video with your resident Leeds fan. I don't want to let that put you off. But let's crack on with the video, guys, because, as I said, we're looking at all of the Bundesliga kits. And I've made a list right here. It's official. Now, every single home kit and most of the away kits have been released. However, Union Berlin, you might have seen the video at the stadium at the Old Forester's house. I think that's what it translates to. Union Berlin have yet to release their home kit or an away kit. But, ladies and gents, bit wobbly, sorry about that. I've got my laptop on loads of books. There we've got the third kit. Now, again, I'm going to rate each of these kits, probably collectively, home, away, and possibly third, like we normally would. But obviously, Union Berlin just have their third kit. And again, if you did see the Union Berlin video, we went into the official club shop and we were greeted with this delightful shirt. On first impression, on screen, it does look a little bit McDonald's. It looks a little bit Ronald McDonald with that yellow, red, white colour scheme. But in person, I was actually blown away. It's a really nice kit. Adidas kits tend to follow a similar template, as do Nike and Puma. But in terms of my rating for this kit alone, I have given it a 6 out of 10. For me, probably not the most aesthetically pleasing of kits, but it's by no means insulting to the eyes. I quite like it. I think it's a little bit different. And if we do have any Union Berlin fans in the house, I almost wore my Hertha shirt, and I thought I better not if we're starting off with Union. But I did put 6 out of 10 because I was going to give it 5 out of 10, but I rated it higher because of the anticipation that Union are building for the release of their new kits. I mean, it seems to be top secret, doesn't it? Even the Bundesliga website, which I've used as reference, didn't even have any information on this kit. So I thought I'd go over to Footy Headlines, who always have the leaked kits. Nothing. Top secret operation over in Berlin. And fair play, it has built anticipation, and I cannot wait for the home kit. But let's crack on with the others. We've got another 17 more. The rest do have home shirts, such as, let's start with the champ, shall we, guys? The champ is here. Not John Cena. We've got Bayer Leverkusen. Probably didn't think this through. Let's chill over to the side over here. So we've got Bayer Leverkusen. Now, if you did see the Bundesliga last season, they had a black kit with like a red cross, which is kind of a nod, a historical nod, obviously, by the pharmaceutical company and so on. They've actually got crosses on their home shirt, if you look really closely within the actual fabric. I think it's a nice shirt, but I know Castor come under a lot of criticism, the manufacturers of this kit. Castor, we've already seen Everton, who've just had Castor kits. The badges are falling off. We know what happened with Villa last year. It looked all sweaty. It was a mess. Newcastle kits were ripping. Castor come under a lot of criticism. So in terms of design, it's not too bad. But for the current champions, keeping in mind they lost one game last season, I feel like they could have done so much more. And as I look to my notes, I've given them collectively, the home and away, 6 out of 10. Again, follow along in the comments. I'm going to refer back to the comments. Give us your ratings for each and every club's kits collectively. In terms of my notes, I put, could have done more. Cheap, nasty Castor. I'm not talking about cheap, nasty Leverkusen. Cheap, nasty Castor. So who have we got in the house? Stacey Campbell, hello. Thanks again for supporting the channel. The Lasty, sup. Are you only doing first or second Bundesliga as well? Today we're just doing the main Bundesliga, the first Bundesliga, but we're going to be doing the Zweite, not Zwei, Zweite Bundesliga soon, hopefully. We'll also possibly do, is it the Dritte Liga? I keep saying Dry Liga. It's because I listen to a German football podcast called Gegenpressing, and there's a Scottish bloke on there who gets me really confused. He does pronounce things poorly, so it has transferred to me. The Leverkusen away. Let's get your comments on screen. Can you do the Borough kits? Maybe. We have been invited to the Middlesbrough Kit Museum, so that is a possibility. Let's get Mep's comment on there. The Leverkusen away is nice. So, yeah, you're interested in hearing about Schalke. That's understandable. They've got some very nice kits, so I am very much looking forward to checking out the Zweite Bundesliga kits. But let's crack on, shall we? What are we giving them? I'm giving them a 6 out of 10. What are you giving them, guys? 6 out of 10 does feel a little bit harsh, but that away is rather anticlimactic. A little bit like Aston Villa's away last season. But yeah, 6 out of 10 for me. Moving on. The reason I've got the away at the top and the third for Bayern Munich is because I put loads of bloody stuff all over it. But obviously, I've got a fake Leverkusen hat. I've got a fake version of the new home with, of course, the Dynamo Dresden bag. Harry Kane on the back. I think this shirt, the home, is absolutely beautiful. It's lovely to see Bayern Munich return to having an all-red kit. I am a little bit jealous, though, because I feel like Adidas should have used this for Manchester United's template instead. I think the red and white Man United-looking kit, whereas it's over there somewhere, I might get it. I think that would have suited Bayern more, and this would have suited Manchester United. But put my jealousy aside, this is a beautiful shirt, regardless of what you think of... Again, I never really know how to pronounce things now because we did have a predominantly British audience, but now we've got quite a few German viewers. But I will continue to say Munich, not Munchen. I think that's beautiful. The away for me, it's crazy. I think keep the home fairly simple. The away is crazy. I think quite in a good way. It does look a little bit Tottenham Hotspur. But if you look at that third kit, they've gone for the retro with the old Adidas logo, a nice clean sponsor, T-Mobile. I think they've killed 3 birds with 1 stone. Nothing against birds, but they've killed it with all 3 of these kits. A nice mix. What have I put in my notes? I put could have done more. No, that's Bayer Leverkusen. A buffet, I've said. A buffet. Something for everyone. And I think that summarises why I've given them collectively 8 out of 10. What are we saying, guys? 8 out of 10 for all 3? They've tried hard, Adidas. They're obviously the golden child, aren't they? Bayern Munich are of Adidas. Let's check your comments. What are we saying for Munich? That third one is nice with the trefoil on it. Yeah, it's a beautiful shirt. It's very retro. You can imagine wearing that down the pub, sinking a few drinks like I'm doing tonight. It would look absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gents, if you see Meps LUFC, don't be put off that we've got a dirty Leeds fan in the house. We need to be rather accommodating because he's going to be in on a video this week. And it's going to be a pleasure spending the day with him. I'm only winding you up, mate. What else have we got here? But if you think that compared to the Leeds squad value is like 6 times of Schalke, okay, you've got a bit of banter on the go here. I will leave you to it. So we've got Sean Denny. Sean, thank you for your email, by the way. I think that was you. The Bayern away looks like a modern version of the infamous grey Manchester United kit. I've surely got that on hand somewhere around here. It does look a little bit. You know, when Umbro wanted to create shirts that are going to look good with a pair of jeans on, that seems to be the thinking there with Adidas. Anyway, ladies and gents, as I said, 8 out of 10 collectively for those. Let's move on. We've done Union Berlin. They've only got the third. We've done the champs. Bit underwhelming. Could have had a bit of gold on there, like an Arsenal-style kit. And we've done Bayern Munich. So moving on, we've got every German's one of the most hated teams, aren't they? I need to kind of understand the pecking order. I know Bayern are kind of looked at a little bit like Manchester United, hated because of success. But then you've got RB Leipzig, who are hated for, the obvious reasons, the money and so on. But then you've got Hoffenheim. I suppose you'd compare Hoffenheim to like Blackburn Rovers in the 90s. If you are German and you're unfamiliar with Blackburn Rovers, local businessman basically bought the club and basically bought them the Premier League. But they did it in a kind of like a fairy tale way because he was a fan of the club and stuff. Hoffenheim haven't won the Bundesliga, and I don't think they've won this season's collection of kits. For me, they look a little bit safe. Is it Joma, the sponsor? Let me get where's my notes? It's Joma, isn't it? Because we've got there's another one, Jacko, we've got coming up. This is Joma. I've never been a massive fan of them, but I think the away is quite clean. If you look at that collar, the sleeves, very inoffensive. A sap, I'm not sure what sap means in German, but round here, if you're a sap, you're a bit of an idiot. You know, you'd probably bleach dye your hair or something like that. That's someone who's a sap with bleach blonde hair. Anyway, 5 out of 10. Boring, safe, the away is better. What we saying? 5 out of 10. Am I being a bit Simon Cowell? Am I being a bit harsh? Ladies and gentlemen, what have we got in here? What's Stacey saying? Look forward to a collab with a Leeds fan. You two are funny. That's good to hear. I'm looking forward to it. We've never met in person, have we, Meps? Never met in person. I do enjoy trying to wind him up. So Hoffenheim sucks, but the kits are actually clean. Very basic, but clean. I agree. You know, I've marked them down because they played it safe. What we saying, Pepsi Pack, 3 out of 10. Really not a fan of the SAP kit. Well, in that case, guys, let's move on, shall we? So we're 4 teams in. Moving on. Oh, look at this beautiful collection. I should have made this. I shouldn't have put the laptop on here, though. Sorry for the bumpy camera. Every time I touch a laptop, it's a little bit bumpy. But what isn't a bumpy ride is this trio of beautiful kits. It almost looks like quite an old school Bayern Munchen kit with the red and the blue, but it's not. It's Heidenheim. And Heidenheim are going to be enjoying their second season in Germany's top flight, and they're going to be doing so in a fantastic trio of kits. What we're saying about these then, guys, I think these are really nice. I think Puma have done a fantastic job. And at first I was like, oh, Puma make the kits. That's quite nice. But you'll find that Puma make so many of the Bundesliga kits that it kind of becomes a little bit repetitive. But Puma have done a good job at making each kit rather unique. So for that reason, I've got carried away with my rating. I must have had a few of these because I put 8 out of 10. That does seem quite generous, I'm not going to lie. But they're a lovely trio, aren't they? I put a lovely variety. Puma are on form at the moment. You know, you found that Puma around the 2010s when they were making Arsenal's kits, they really weren't nice kits. But I feel like Puma have really got their act together. And they are fantastic. What we're saying, guys? Meps, not a typical Leeds fan. Typical Leeds fan. Terrible taste. Terrible taste. I think we'll all agree that each of those 3 Heidenheim shirts are a lot nicer than that awful yellow away Leeds shirt. We'll all agree on that one, surely. These are better, 7 out of 10. Pepsi Pack has got some fantastic taste. He must be a Manchester United fan, surely. What's Sean saying? Home is too Bayern. It is very Bayern, Sean, isn't it? Away is nice. Third looks like a Saudi shirt. I agree with that. Maybe I've got carried away. Maybe 8 out of 10 is a little... Here he is. Yes. Stop trying to bait me. I've got to be careful because, again, we are making a respectable Leeds video. Shall I spill the beans as to what the goss is? We'll talk more about it later on. But, ladies and gents, I've been holding back doing this for a few weeks. But you might have seen me getting a little bit experimental on the channel. And rather than getting too out the way and experimental, I thought I would organise my content a little bit more. So we are launching a second channel. Right. You can't even manage one channel. How are you going to cope with 2? Well, we are, ladies and gents. This channel, Rise Football Paradise, we celebrate the good, such as these lovely Bundesliga kits. But the new channel is is a link in the comments in the description below. We'll talk about that more at the end of the video. It was going to be called More Football Paradise or More Footy Paradise. It's going to be called Rise Football Nightmares. More on that in a moment. Let's get back to the kits, shall we, guys? Thanks for playing along, because now we are on to... Let's get Mep's comment off the bloody screen. We can hear from him enough. We don't want to give the Leeds fans too much attention now, do we? Christ. Here we go. There we go. We're on to Borussia Dortmund. Now, again, if you did see the DH... Oh, it wasn't DHgate, was it? We bought this off another fake football website. Again, not condoning the purchasing of fake football shirts, all that disclaimer nonsense, but you do get some bargains. The home, again, made by Puma. I feel like the home is nice. The home is inoffensive. They do love, like, as someone just mentioned, like an Arsenal style, different coloured sleeves in Germany. We've seen it so far with Leverkusen. We've seen it with, did Heidenheim have a different sleeve colour? We've seen lots of different sleeve colours, and Borussia Dortmund are following that format too. But as we mentioned in the best Dortmund kits video, the cup kit, the one you see, the fourth one along, the rather messy one at the bottom, has come under a lot of criticism. A lot of Dortmund fans are saying this is the worst Borussia Dortmund kit of all time. I wouldn't go that far. I don't think it's that bad. It's not that much different from the home if you just look at it like you're looking at me, this half, like top half. But if you do look at that bottom half, you will have to put on a pair of glasses because it's bloody crazy. And I wouldn't advise you to look at that Dortmund shirt whilst you are drinking because it's quite out there. It's quite flamboyant. But the away, again, the away and the third are just leaked kits. They're clean. They're very clean indeed. But again, as I look to my notes, I put collectively 7 out of 10. Now, I put the same as every year. They're rather forgettable, but they do look clean. They do look tidy. But you do find that Dortmund have so many bloody kits that they're essentially interchangeable, aren't they? What's everyone else saying? So, oh, here we go. Sean, the white one is very Hereford United. I forgot you're from Hereford. It is quite Hereford United, the white one. So you've obviously got the badge. There is a badge and a Puma logo on there, by the way. It's just white, blended in. What team did West Ham do that last season? Or was it the season before? What's Mep saying? I swear the home one is the same design as a few seasons ago. Similar, mate. That's the thing. They're quite interchangeable, aren't they? That is the downfall. Dortmund have always done this, though. I thought it was a recent thing. They have way too many kits, in my opinion. But 7 out of 10. Again, let us know if you disagree. Let's move on, though, to a new Bundesliga team, new to this season. I always struggle to know how to pronounce it. We've got St. Pauli, potato, tomato. St. Pauli. I've gone for 7.5 out of 10. I should have made the picture a bit bigger, though, because you're going to have to look very carefully. You can see you've got the, what do you call them? Like the Bristol Rovers kind of squares, quarters, quadrants. How do you call them? What's the correct term? I love the fact that they've got a unique colour. At first impression, you could be a little bit offensive and say it does look like a potato sack. But I like that. I like the fact that they've got a unique colour scheme. And I've always had a bit of a soft spot for them. Apparently, they've got some really good fans and they generate some fantastic atmosphere, which again leads me onto my next point, because I think the next German trip, we're going to be staying in Hamburg and we're going to be ticking off HSV. We're going to be ticking off St. Pauli, who obviously are local as well. We're going to be ticking off Werder Bremen, who are like slightly, well, I'm going the wrong way, slightly to that way, to that side, if you're watching. Is this reversed? I'm not too sure. But we're also going to be checking out the Bundesliga's newest club, Holstein Kiel. Yes, so we're going to be ticking those off the list. Maybe a few others as well. I've got a few videos I don't want to give away too. So yeah, not too bad. Let's look at what I put. Unique colours. Always looks a bit city. Always looks a bit city. What do I mean by that? I said city, not shitty. I'm guessing away, not always. Away. The away does. If you look at that away kit, it does look a little bit like last season's Manchester City away, but obviously with a brown trim as opposed to that kind of burgundy dark red. That's not a knock at shitty. City, I said, not shitty. But those kits aren't shitty. They're very nice. There we go. 7.5 out of 10. Now, we just spoke about Holstein Kiel. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing these names right, guys. And there we go. That's a good example of Puma on form. Again, though, guys, look at the bloody sleeves. Arsenal must have some influence. What are you saying about these sleeves, guys? Kits are minging. Are you talking about St. Pauli? You can't be talking about these. The Bourbon biscuit. Yeah, that was a Bourbon biscuit. Ladies and gents, I think those two are beautiful. again, they've never been in what is now the Bundesliga since when did it rebrand as the Bundesliga? Wasn't it like the 70s, something like that? It's been a lot longer than the Premier League anyway. A little club at the north of Germany going towards, is it Denmark up that way? And it's a club I really want to check out. I've looked at the ground, does look a little bit British, a little bit rugged, a bit rough and ready, like a lot of English football grounds. But we're not talking about the ground, Roy. We're talking about the kit. I've put a nice, clean shirt, nice, clean debut shirt. And I said, this is something that Leverkusen should have had. If Leverkusen didn't have a crap brand like Castor and they had Puma, like every other bloody Bundesliga team by looks of it, with their sleeves, that's how you do it. Fantastic kit. And what a kit to wear in your first season. What's Mep saying? He likes it, I think. Yeah, they're not too bad, Meps, are they? Very nice indeed. What's Sean saying? Different washing powder brands. Puma. What's Stacey saying? I'm a Pompey fan, and our first game back in the Championship is against Leeds. Well, I wish you luck, Stacey. I hope you absolutely batter them. Come on. Come on. I can't speak like this because I'm already treading a fine line turning up at in Leeds anyway. I love Leeds. Right. Next one. Here we go, guys. A club we've been to. What a fantastic club as well. They're they've become a bit of a sleeping giant. They are a giant of German football. Obviously enjoyed a lot of success in the 70s. They've got a friendship with Liverpool, but we won't hold that against them, just as we won't hold the fact that Mep supports Leeds against him. And we definitely won't hold anything against them for these kits, because these kits are bloody beautiful. For me, the best so far, guys. The highest rating I've given is Bayern Munich and Heidenheim with 8 out of 10. But I'm going to give these 8.5 out of 10 because I feel like these are absolutely gorgeous. Again, made by Puma, but Puma have done really well at trying to make these kits a little bit different, a little bit quirky. But I don't know, again, if you're a little bit new to Bundesliga like me or German football in general, colours tend to be a bit more relaxed over there, don't they? They're not quite as strict on the home colours. We see Bayern, like last season, wear the white, and then they've worn like red and blue before, or just red. Now, I'm a bit confused with the colours when it comes to Borussia Mönchengladbach, because we know they're kind of white, green and black, but they kind of pick and choose what they want to put on the home kit, don't they? Because last year was predominantly just white. But there we go, nothing against. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Again, 8.5 out of 10. And I've put great use of colours, so I am rather hypocritical in that respect. Somebody is agreeing as well. Puma's on top form this season. Nike is so bad. I fully agree, mate. Puma is absolutely smashing it at the moment. What's Meps harping on about? I think we'll do Pompey. Of course you do. Leeds are massive. Yes, right. Next one. Let's move on. Let's move on. What is the next one, guys? Christ, we can't be that far in already. Well, oh my God, look at that. Just look at that combination of kits. Wow. Wow. How are we going to beat? I was just about to say, how are we going to beat Borussia Mönchengladbach's? But, I mean, I've got this with the same rating, ladies and gents. I've got 8.5 out of 10 collectively. We were just dissing Nike, weren't we? Saying that they're not a patch on Puma. But Nike, however you want to say it, pulled that out the bag. I love that black with the... What is it with bloody sleeves? Every Bundesliga team has got different sleeves. What's going on? Very confusing. There would be uproar, wouldn't there, if everyone in the Premier League went for the same sleeves? Is it I don't know why. Why is it happening? Why is there so many different coloured sleeves going on this season? Because I swear Eintracht Frankfurt don't always do that. I've been an admirer of their kits for a while. I did a stadium tour at Crystal Palace, and there was a group of Frankfurt fans on that. I made a good chinwag. What are people saying in the comments, guys? These two are the best. Pepsi Pack, these two at 9.5. Fair play to you, mate. So, Eintracht. Yeah, I agree with what someone's saying here. Very Dutch, isn't it? Very Netherlands. Again, I'm not going to hold that against them. Again, no ill feeling after... Well, why would there be an ill feeling as an Englishman? We beat the Netherlands, but Manchester United have a lot of Dutch players, and that is a very Dutch kit. Lovely kit. Beautiful. I don't know why I'm still talking about it because it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I've not gone for 9.5. I've gone for 8.5. Let's move on, though, because I do feel like the next kit is a little bit anticlimactic. I know Wolfsburg, they lend themselves to nice kits normally. I mean, green is a lot more of a common colour over in Germany than it is here in England. But I feel a little bit let down by this combination of kits. And I know Meps, with his bad taste, is going to really love these two. But for me, they're not doing much for me. They're not doing much. I've gone for 6.5 out of 10. I just feel like Nike have been a little bit lazy. I like the little strip thing. It's nice down the middle. But that away kit, take away those lovely colours, which Nike aren't responsible for, Wolfsburg are responsible for, and the fact that I did hear on the Leverkusen tour that Wolfsburg are quite a disliked team as well because of their association with VW. But obviously, similar to how Bayer kind of are behind Leverkusen, Wolfsburg are a little bit similar in that respect. Again, I've put 6.5 out of 10. What are we saying, guys? 6.5. Not too bad. In the comments, we've got what we got on here. The away kit is very. That was the last one. They're my favorite. Yeah, of course they would be. Of course they would be. No taste. No taste. I'm only joking, mate. Right. Let's move on. This is the beauty of rating kits, guys. We all have a different idea as to what makes a good kit, don't we? Like Meps would say this kit here is hideous. He'd say this was revolting. But you know, you have people with good taste and you have people with bad taste, guys. That's life. That is life, unfortunately. Let's move on. Oh, now. Now. Let's get the Bochum. Let's get the Bochum cup out. Let's go one further, shall we? Where's the bucket hat? Where is the bucket hat? Let's go full on Bochum, shall we? There we go. Don't want to wreck the Barnet, do we, guys? Let's just take a moment, ladies and gents, and cheers to Bochum because they're a great trio of kits right there. Absolutely fantastic. That third kit looks like it's a woman's shirt, though. It's shaped rather womanly, very curvy. I'm not dissing it. It's a very, very sexy shirt, actually, the red one. Very nice indeed. The brand, the manufacturer of these kits is Mizuno. Now, you don't see that very often in England, and I like it. I really like it. And I was an admirer when I went into the Bochum shop when we went to watch them play Hoffenheim last season. I was loving the shirts then. These are updated, aren't they? They are new. Let's have a little look at my notes. I gave them 7.5 out of 10, though. Again, different, being made by Mizuno. It's got the founding year, apparently. Obviously, Bochum have got the founding year 1848, the founding year of the club, not necessarily the football club. Remember, we did a little video on that. Check that video out on the channel about the oldest football club in Germany, set up by Brits. English people, by the way. We've got to claim anything we can because we can't claim a trophy. But yeah, it's got the actual founding date on the neck, apparently. So very nice combination of shirts right there. What's everyone else saying in the comments? I'm trying to not bounce the screen too much. Greetings from Bochum. Oh, lovely. We've got a local in the house. I hope you've been enjoying your new kits, mate. They do look absolutely fantastic. And I would look forward to getting back to the Vonovia, is that what's called? The Ruhrstadion very soon indeed. Let's move on though, guys, because we've got in, did they finish runners-up in the end? They did, didn't they? Or did, oh Christ, what am I doing? Comments. Sorry, guys, try and move this comment out of the way. Brand, there we go. We've got Stuttgart, VfB Stuttgart. Now, I was a little bit let down by this kit until I read. I was giving it a lot of negativity. I'm not going to lie to you. I was slagging off Jacko, who make the shirt. Really not a fan of Jacko. Not Michael Jackson. I'm on about the kit manufacturer. But it is a throwback shirt. That's why I stopped, because I was going to give this a real brutal rating. I've rated it 6.5 out of 10 because I read it is a throwback shirt to when they won the Bundesliga in 1984. Correct me if I'm wrong. Around 40 years ago, they wore a shirt very, very similar to this. And they've got that iconic kind of red strip band around the middle. And I do like it. And the more I'm drinking, the more I'm liking it, actually. So 6.5 does seem quite harsh. again, let's get a second opinion on you guys. Let's maybe not ask Meps though, because we know his kit choices aren't the best. What we saying? Let's get somebody else on there. Serious question: when you decided to follow a European league, what was it that attracted you to Bundesliga 1 and 2? Well, going there in person, that was the. So I went to Germany for content. Obviously, I had an idea of getting videos on the German grounds, which would feature at Euro 2024. But then rocking up in Germany, I found the actual game, German football in general, to be far more interesting than English football, Premier League mainly. And I fell in love with it, mate. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a massive fan of La Liga. Don't watch La Liga and I don't watch Serie A. I did in the past, but I'm not a great fan of those two leagues. No disrespect if you're Spanish or Italian. Just not much of a fan. But I do love English football still. Premier League, not so much. But yeah, that's why. Sorry to go off on a bit of a tangent there, guys. But what we're saying about the shirt. Our beer is cheaper. That's the real reason. Yeah, the cost as well. That definitely does help things. Yeah, so Stuttgart did incredible last season. It was a real shame to see their star man move to Borussia Dortmund, though. I don't know why Dortmund. I know why Dortmund bought him, but they've got some good strikers already. Hands off. Apparently, see, Dortmund give Bayern a lot of stick, don't they, for stealing top players from the Bundesliga. But apparently, statistically, Dortmund are the club who have bought the most Bundesliga players. So Dortmund maybe are a little bit hypocritical in that respect. But yeah, nice, not too bad. Let's move on, guys. Oh, controversial. Let's just give this a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds, maybe not minutes. Now, I don't want to seem too predictable and obvious and trying to be cool as a newbie to the Bundesliga, because it's cool to slag off RB Leipzig. Now, at first glance, they're nice kits. I look at them and I think, regardless of what you think of the club, they're nice kits. But on second glance, I think the kits are a bit soulless as I look at them. Like, obviously, you've got, the Red Bull logo, I know it puts a lot of people off, and it put me off that Leeds shirt massively. Oof, terrible shirt. But when you look at the RB Leipzig shirt, the Red Bull sponsor in the middle doesn't put me off. The badge, obviously, rather soulless because they are a new club. I think they were founded, were they in 2009? Was it 2009? Made a video on it a couple of weeks ago. So then I think, when I read about this shirt, those stripes are apparently to represent the speed the players run at whilst wearing the shirt. And I kind of thought to myself, so there's teams with historical nods, retro kits from like 40 years ago, and here's RB Leipzig with Go Faster stripes. Put me off. I was a fan of the shirt at first, so I gave it 7 out of 10 because, yeah, it's very RB Leipzig. Nothing wrong with it. And I don't want to be that guy. But I think it's not as good as it first looks. If that makes sense. The red looks similar to a Liverpool trainer shirt. Even worse. That's what I mean. Even worse. Terrible. Even though it's Leipzig, I think the kit is a 7 out of 10. Yeah, it's not a bad kit. I'm not saying it is bad. I'm saying at first impression, it looks really nice. But at second impression, when you look behind the glossy Go Faster stripes, and you think, yeah, it lacks substance, I think. It does lack a little bit of substance. Anyway, ladies and gents, let's move on, because I've got nothing against RB Leipzig. Quite an interesting story. Now. I put up, the reason I'm making this video, actually, guys, I had no plan on doing a live stream. I told myself, we're not going to do live streams anymore until we, have this second channel, which, again, I'm going to get onto in a moment. But I put a post up on Instagram because I came across the home shirt of Werder Bremen. And it took my breath away. I'll be honest with you. I was a little bit in awe of this shirt. Now, they've had some lovely shirts. I remember that. Was it mid-2000s one? And it was kind of half green, half orange. Was that a third shirt? Sorry, I drank too much. Beer's got a bit stuck in my chest. But the away shirt as well, the black, I don't know if you can see it on screen, but it's got this kind of trim, which looks like a sky blue trim. It's badass. Home and away, a badass. Now, I think Hummel, who make the shirt, are a little bit hit and miss. I wasn't... I did think the Denmark one in the past Euros was quite nice. They're very shiny Hummel kits. And I think last year's Southampton kit, the throwback one, that was quite nice. But I think they've blown it out of the park here. They've done a fantastic job. And as I said, Hummel are hit and miss, but these are classics. For me, I've given these 9 out of 10. These so far, for me, are the best Bundesliga kits. Throwing it out there, guys. The best so far. What we saying? Let me catch up with you in the comments. What we saying? My live's a bit laggy today, so apologies if I do seem a bit slow. It's not just the beer. The Bremen shirt is nice. The green is nice. So Meps, if Meps thinks it's nice, if we've agreed on a shirt, I think we've agreed. We found the one. We have found the one. Everyone's coming out the woodwork now. We've got nice jersey here. There we go. If we've got an Arsenal fan, you'd love all these kits with the different coloured sleeves. I hope you've been watching from the start. What else are we saying? For me, Bremen has some of the best kits this season. I really like the black one. Everyone's in agreement. You know, very rarely does everyone agree on a shirt. Oi, oi. Leads are falling apart. So moving on. Anyway, that's a fantastic shirt, isn't it? Let's move on. We've still got more. Ooh. Now these are a little bit cheeky and tasty. Again, made by Mizuno, a little bit like Bochum. But I feel like these actually edge Bochum shirts. As much as I love your Bochum, I do feel like these are fantastic. I really like these. They've got a little hint of Werder Bremen about them. A little bit of Borussia Mönchengladbach with the colour scheme. As we said, the green is a lot more of a commonly used colour in Germany than it is in England. But these are fantastic. I mean, that away with the little red trim. Nice. The home with those lines. And I know I slagged RB Leipzig off for the Go Faster stripes. But these Go Faster stripes, nice. Really like. And we're talking about FC Augsburg. I never know how to say the name. Augsburg. Nobody around here watches Bundesliga, so I can't talk to anyone and get a point of reference. When I listen to commentators and stuff, they get it wrong as well. Christ. But fantastic kits. 2 seconds, guys. What we're saying, I like them. So I've rated them 8 out of 10. Not quite as good as Werder Bremen. But we do have 2 more kits. And now they're going to knock Werder Bremen off their perch. Because as I looked at my notes, I think we've only got 9 out of 10 being Werder Bremen. So it's going to take something special. 16th of August, Apex. Oh, sorry. When does the Premier League start? Yes. Premier League starts the week before the Bundesliga. Bundesliga starts on the 23rd of August. 23. Yeah, I can't try and speak German after a couple of beers. Anyway, should we check out those last 2 kits? Firstly, we've got... It's very difficult to navigate on this. You can tell I'm not used to doing lives. Look at these. Wow. Again, a first impression, I'd slagged Jacko off. Again, not Michael Jackson. I'm talking about the brand Jacko. And I mean, they made Stuttgart shirt, didn't they? But Mainz, whose shirts these are, Mainz, I've given them 7 out of 10 collectively. That home shirt is bloody crazy. But I did a little bit of research on the kits as well, guys. I put better than Stuttgart ? I think they maybe do collectively edge. Obviously, Stuttgart. So I didn't mention actually Stuttgart. We only showed the home. There was nothing on footy headlines. If there's only the home we're showing you, I've done a lot of research, and if footy headlines don't have a leaked version of the home, of the away or third, no one's going to have it. So I've dug deep on these guys. But apparently this home shirt is a throwback one to a shirt they had around 30 years ago, apparently. One that was very popular for Mainz as well. So I've given them 7 out of 10. I quite like it. The second one is best, someone said. It's a nice away kit. So that is the third kit, by the way, the white one. You give it a 6. Yeah, a 6. I mean, I give it a 7. I think we're all kind of in agreement on this one. Last but not least, guys, made by Nike. Don't let that put you off. We've got this collection from SC Freiburg. I mean, they look a little bit templatey at first impression, but they've got some detailing. I mean, again, Germany love a kind of squiggly effect, don't they? I mean, Chelsea have got a similar thing, I suppose, and they're made by Nike, whatever you want to call them. But I love the red, white, and black. A beautiful choice of colours, red, white, and black. I've seen that colour scheme somewhere before, and I love it. And I love these 3 kits. And I gave them 7.5 out of 10. I put slightly safe, but cool nonetheless. Yeah, you can imagine wearing that black kit out and about around the shops, doing a bit of shopping, and you would look pretty cool. You would look pretty cool. And those kits are nice. I've really enjoyed looking at these kits, guys. If we do look at our ratings, as a reminder, we've given these kits, or I've given these kits, should I say, as my favourite kit of the lot this season, combined, collectively, home and away. I know, obviously, Union Berlin can't come under a grading, a rating. Neither can Stuttgart, because they don't have a full collection of kits to compare with. But in terms of lowest rating, again, as I look to my notes, Hoffenheim were quite low, but then the kits weren't that bad. Yeah, Hoffenheim, 5 out of 10. I feel quite bad because there's nothing wrong with the Hoffenheim kits. As we look, is that Hoffenheim? No, that's not Hoffenheim. There we go. I think it's the sap. I don't like the sap. Don't know why. But I mean, they don't deserve to be the lowest on the list, really. But then again, that just shows the standard of Bundesliga kit is pretty good. Pretty good this season. Ladies and gents, would you say the standard of Bundesliga kit is better, worse, on par with the Premier League kits this season? For me, I think they're pretty good. I mean, Premier League, I think, have got a lot more, wow, lovely kits, but then some really off kits. Like, a lot of people aren't into the Chelsea home, whereas I think across the board, the standard's good in the Bundesliga. Let's just hope the standard of football is good as well. So, again, if you're just here for kits, guys, that kind of sums that up. If you want a bit of a general chit chat, I'll probably cut this out of the video when it saves up as a standalone video. So in that case, see you in the next video. But stay along if you want to tune in to a longer live stream where we talk about what's to come on the channel, general chit chat and so on. Bit of a catch up because it's fun. It is fun. So we've got MJ, such a plain badge from Hoffenheim. That is one thing I will say. As much as I love German football, I do find that the badges are nowhere near as good as the crests we have in England. I know their clubs are a lot newer than ours. We did a video again on kind of the history of German football and stuff, so check that out. Stacey's agree with a choice. They are my fave 2 shirts as well. Stacey, I've always known you've had good taste. Again, thanks as always for supporting the channel. What else have we got going on? What did Arsenal kit rating get? I gave Arsenal's... Oh, no, that was the... Arsenal won the 92 to 93 video. We did a rating the original first season of the Premier League kits. Arsenal won that one. Arsenal always have lovely kits. I can't lie with you on that one. Arsenal versus... Yeah, so that was going to lead on to what I was going to talk about next. Pepsi Pack, Arsenal versus Manchester United later on tonight. If you are in the UK, our time is technically tomorrow. It's 1 a.m. in the morning, I believe, kickoff. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're a United fan, it's on MUTV, I believe. I guess if you're an Arsenal fan, it would be on your equivalent, not Arsenal Fan TV, although we'd love Don Robbie hosting that game. That would be wonderful. But yes, guys, so there is going to be, or there is a second channel I officially created today. So if you do go in the description, there's a link. It's called Rise Football Nightmares. And I've done a bit of more of a variety of videos lately. I know you've got to be a bit more creative when the season's over. But rather than kind of be too extreme and go from one type of video to the other, I thought I would keep this channel more to stuff we've done, like stadium tours and more of this typical stuff that you'd find on the channel. Like, for example, we're going to Leeds. I went to Barnet and Wealdstone FC as well, a couple of days ago. So your standard sort of stadium tour type videos. stuff you've become familiar with on the channel, that'll stay on this channel. But then things I've tried and kind of dipped in and out of, like live streams, reactions, fake football shirt openings and stuff, that stuff, which is going to be kind of a little less edited. Obviously, my other stuff's quite, like, to say highly edited, but I've spent more time editing my other stuff. So you're going to get more of a relaxed kind of video on the new channel, a little less editing, a little bit more raw, honest opinion, because I try and be somewhat respectful and neutral on this channel. So when we do like post-game reactions and stuff, I could be a little bit more honest in my opinion. I don't really hate any club, if I'm honest with you. I'm quite a positive person naturally anyway. But if you do want more of a raw kind of feel and something a little bit more laid back, make sure you do subscribe to Rise Football Nightmares at Rise Footy Nightmares, I think it is. I've not done a banner yet. I've not properly done a profile picture. But yes, if you love the fake football shirts and that sort of thing, that will be the new home of where the fake football shirt video is going to be as well. Because I'm literally getting still, like a year on from the first video, daily, at least a dozen messages from people from DHgate trying to get me to open shirts. And obviously there's a moral dilemma because you don't know the backstory as to the creation of these shirts and stuff. But people want to send me loads of shirts out. So I might have to sell my soul to the devil. And I don't want to do that on this channel. I'll do it on the other channel. So there you go. We had no subscribers, by the way, on that channel because I didn't tell anyone about it. So who was the first subscriber of that channel? Was there any subscribers when you subscribed? Because somebody said they've subbed. And you may well be the first subscriber on Rise Football Nightmares. But yeah, so today it's weird because with this YouTube channel, I make no mistake about it. Long term, I'd like to do this full time. But I find that if 1 minute you're making a video on a third division German team, and then 2 days later you're making a video on Renford Rejects, a kids program from the 90s in Britain, who people from Germany are never going to hear of Renford Rejects. And let's be honest, a lot of people who like 90s football nostalgia here in England aren't necessarily going to like stuff on third division German football. So by having a kind of home for each, it would make things a lot easier, if that makes sense as well. So like the Renford Rejects video I uploaded today, in future videos like that will probably go on the new channel. So this would be a bit more for business. I'd just say business. It'll still be fun and lighthearted and stuff, but the other stuff has no link to monetization, nothing serious on the other channel. It's literally just me having fun and chatting to fellow, football fans like yourself, reacting to games and stuff. Whereas this will be a bit more, to try and progress things, gain subscribers, work with brands and stuff. You know what I mean? Like the boring stuff. Come on, Manchester City, and come on, Manchester United for the new season. Very rare do you find a fan of both Manchester clubs. Quite unique there. I was going to say strange, but there's nothing strange. There's no judgment here on Rise Football Paradise. This is Football Paradise, remember. This is celebrating the beauty in a beautiful game. On Football Nightmares, though, we get a little bit more rough and ready, so be ready. I was there at the beginning. MJ, I appreciate the support, mate. Off to subscribe to the channel. Thanks to a great live. Stacey, you're a legend. I'm not sure how long. I wasn't even planning on doing a live, so should we call it a day or should I go on for another 10 minutes? Give me a thumbs up if you want another 10 minutes. Give me a thumbs down if you want me to shut up and bugger off and drink my beer. Oof. What we're saying? Harchester United video next, aka Dream Team. So yeah, any ideas, creative ideas like that, I'm all for it. That's another thing as well. Doing YouTube's weird because I love making videos and I love football. So obviously combining the two is great. But it's easy to get sucked into feeling like you've got to grow. And I feel like lately, the last few weeks, there's been that pressure and like the enjoyment is kind of like I went to Germany and watched the Euro final. Granted, deep down, I didn't think we were going to win, even though I am English and blindly optimistic. But the fact that I couldn't just have a drink and let my hair down, I had to think about going back to the hotel and spending 3, 4, 5 hours editing up footage Like at this stage, when you're only getting like, I think that video's got like 5,000 views. Is it worth it? Like you've got to weigh things up. So by having the new channel, we can kind of have fun, and it won't be so much about, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm getting too deep now, guys. I'm getting too deep. The link in the description doesn't work, by the way. All right. So that didn't go to plan, did it? Ladies and gents, maybe the link doesn't work. I think I've put an at, blah, blah, blah. So if you click the at, there's nothing on there. No videos. A very dodgy looking profile picture with me and Haaland. But ladies and gents as well, like if you want more streams and that sort of thing when the season does start after games, that'll probably come on the new channel as well. Is there any kind of videos people would like to see? Just as a heads up, as I said, little videos on Barnet and Wealdstone, little wander around their grounds after we did the Brentford Rejects video. They'll be coming up on probably this channel over the next couple of days. And then we've got the Leeds tour and like basically a few different Leeds videos with Lucas. They're going to come probably later on in the week. I believe all of those will probably be on this channel as well. And then anything different and unique, live stream and so on, will go on the new channel. This is paradise, not stressful. Enjoy yourself. Exactly, mate. Exactly. I don't tend to stress too much anyway. But I mean, one thing I've learned as well from doing this is as we get older, I feel like some people have said, I don't know how anyone could wear colours or a shirt not of the club you support. I find it baffling. I found I'm actually the opposite. I really don't have that tribalism that most other football fans have. Like, I'm a United fan. It's not a popular thing to admit. But I think most of that fandom comes from the attachments growing up as a kid, the nostalgia. I still love the club, but I do feel like there's a massive piece missing, which I think has led me to German football, where the fan involvement in the game is completely different. You're not a number. It's not a brand. It's different. But with that said, what I love about football the most is learning about clubs, the history, the grounds, learning about football, being a fan of football in general, and learning and taking an interest in other people's tribalism. How can people be so obsessed with a club and so on? I find that fascinating, and it's just completely, it's great to be able to do this and actually watch football and learn from football in a completely different perspective than a standard fan would be. So what year is this? So this isn't an official. This is an official Germany shirt. It's not a home shirt. It's actually a training shirt. This was off Classic Football Shirts. So I think it was the 98 training top or 96. I can't remember. Kind of a mid to late 90s training top. And I just love the color, the flag on the sleeves. Love this top. Absolutely love this top. Maybe a series about different jobs people do at a football club other than the players. That's a good shout as well. Groundsman, for example, the lads that come on at halftime and the pitchforks. I know there's a YouTuber called Josh, Fusion Josh. He did a really good video at Cambridge United, I think it was. I think he did a groundsman type video, so that's good. Don't want to be stealing people's ideas, but that's definitely good. I do want to follow. There's an old channel called Copper 90, and they really capture fandom really well. And I do want to go a bit more down the fans. I want to talk a bit less and let other people talk a bit more, which is ironic as I sit here yapping. Is it Rise Footy Nightmares then or what? Yes. So the channel's called Rise. If you're German as well, a lot of people think I'm called Reese. My name is Ryan. For short, Rye. So Rise Football Nightmares. Because we had a famous. Oh, where is it? This was my favorite video as a kid. It's a football blooper video. If you might remember Danny Baker's own goals and gaffs. This is Nick Hancock's Football Nightmares. I used to watch this over and over and over again as a kid. So obviously that's had a massive influence on some of like how I present the videos, but also obviously on the name Rise Football Nightmares as well. Maybe Germans aren't allowed. I'll have a look into that, ladies and gents. I'll have a look into that. Yes, it was at RYS Footy Nightmares, or it's Rise Football Nightmares. It should be in the description below, but I will change the description if the link isn't working. We're gonna probably call it a day in a bit. I just want to say hello from Frankfurt. Visit an Eintracht game, 100%, mate. We flew to Frankfurt, getting to Berlin, but it was obviously just a connecting flight, so it was a real shame not to be able to stop off and check out the ground and stuff. But I am aiming this season as well to tick. I know we don't just want to focus on the Bundesliga. We want to focus on the Zweite Bundesliga and obviously the third division and the regional leagues and stuff as well. But I'm going to try and move around this season. I'm going to probably get to Germany every 3 months tops, maybe 2 to 3 months. Next stop, as I said, we're going to go more north, like Hamburg kind of way. We've done the kind of western region last. We did Berlin, didn't we? The east, and then the west before then. So we'll probably go down more Bavaria, kind of Bayern area. Because obviously Munich is kind of a little bit on its own, isn't it? I think you got Hoffenheim fairly close, a Heidenheim down there as well. Who else is down there? I think Frankfurt aren't too far from there either, are they? I think Frankfurt are fairly southwest of Frankfurt. Is that where you'd say? So we are going to move around a little bit as well. So that's something. But yeah, I just want to say as well, if you are German and you're watching this, thanks for watching the videos. I didn't intend to kind of inherit a German audience. It was more videos for British people originally. So bear with my pronunciations, how I kind of pronounce German words. I kind of flick between German ways of saying things in English. But you've been really nice and appreciate you kind of learning our language as well, because us English are very lazy with learning new languages. So yeah, thanks again. Like, really appreciate the support. Felt so welcomed by the German people. Ladies and gents, yeah, you guys have been fantastic. I'm going to call it a day for tonight. I don't want to hold you for too long. Enjoy your Saturday night. I really appreciate the support, and head over to Rise Football Nightmares. We're going to do more videos on that channel. If you can't find it, follow us on Instagram at Rise Footy Paradise, and I'll put a link on Instagram to the new channel as well. Have a good evening. Hope you enjoyed the kit videos, and I'll see you soon.